energy is there. Well, this is a pure energy form. Your inner magical being loves this. Your consciousness understands this, and not some sort of word that is kind of meaningless. Extreme ability word. What does that mean? So, how do you picture that? How do you visualize that? Well, anything that is particularly abstract, this whole method is very good for. And I'm going to show you another method using wooden blocks, colored wooden blocks, which I prefer as well. And we offer a kit that gives you both. So basically, that's what it looks like for my personal extreme abilities. In a pure form. So if you were to look at what a computer program looked like, while there is circles and dots, I believe, or dashes, whatever it may be, it's very abstract. It's not really saying anything. It's not producing letters or words. The actual code is producing the energy from that. So if you punch in, show picture here in computer code, it's not going to say that. It's going to be this pattern, and that pattern then manifests that particular thing in the computer. So it's the same thing here. And you can add things on top of this if you desire. You could put your photos on top of that. Let me take these out here if you want to, instead of putting them underneath. You could actually put them here. You could put your photo there. You could put a candle on here or next to it. Be careful. This is plastic. It can melt, and you don't want to get wax on anything, but tea lights work well. Next to it to empower it. And again, every day you want to look at this for approximately 3 seconds, which is 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Now, when you look at it, you are stating to yourself, empower my extreme abilities. So it's just as simple as that. But this is a powerful, it looks strange. These are things people have trouble grabbing onto, the concept of it. They like things that are more straightforward. Well, you're wrong. This is what works. This is how your consciousness works, is through a image, especially when it comes to something that you need an image of. As I said, what is an success? So, what is extreme abilities? What is strong psychic powers? Well, how do you picture that? Well, what you're going to do is picture the results of it. You visualize yourself achieving something psychically. But that's not an energetic form. That's a made-up picture, which is an image that your higher self kind of shrugs off to a large extent. It's not part of the bigger process. So if you really want to get into extreme abilities to the next level, well, of course, what you do is make something like this. And, usually you have more than one need. I mean, you can represent anything that's kind of hard to picture. Protection, uncrossing. These are things you can picture for yourself by doing this. And as you said, it's a very disconnected process. If you start looking at the colors and the patterns on here and try and make a pattern or something, you've done it wrong. Now you've let your mind come in. If you let the mind come in and make this a recognizable pattern, or even semi-structured with colors or flows of the pins, you have ruined the process. It has to be something that totally comes out of your inner magical being and represents that energy field, not anything that has structure. Structure comes from the mind. The mind is trying to put things together that it thinks is important and makes sense, which usually means garbage. So the mind should have nothing to do with this. Your higher self will just make a pattern. Now, this is done in a lot of artistic pursuits. You just let the energy flow through you and manifest the best for you. Certain fine art, of course, they concentrate on and copy, but when you get into more art that is very interpretational and has certain meanings, well, you don't concentrate on what you're doing. You're just doing it. I mean, one of the famous ones that there is Jackson Pollock, who there was a movie of the last few years ago, with his just pouring ink and paint on canvases, well, you could say that that's just chaotic garbage. Well, it's a process. He's disconnecting from following the lines, painting the numbers, and using a pure artistic way of expressing himself by throwing ink on a canvas, picking the colors random, just grabbing it, throwing it there, just, oh, throw it here, throw it. He's not thinking about it. He's making it happen, so you should understand that. Well, hopefully this is clear. Watch for the links down below. Now, we're going to have a second video where I'm going to show you the other tool that you use that comes with this tool. And as I said, everything varies. Everything looks a little different. It's very difficult to get the same items all the time. So remember, you'll get something that is similar to this, but you may not get this exact item. So with that, go and create.